there, because people brought things. Were you ever like, oh my gosh, what are you gonna do with that salad?
Salad, yeah. That happens a lot. And, I've learned a
Right.
lesson from that is not to be so judgmental, because, for example, the marble person we showed earlier, you think visually, what are we going to do with that? And it turns out to be this phenomenal portrait.
Right.
And you're like, wow, at the end of the day, it's like one of my favorite portraits.
Yeah.
So I've learned that when they come in with salad or marbles, it's about themselves, it's about who they are. So,
Right.
So not to judge it.
Right. And now, so how many subjects have you photographed?
206.
Oh wow. Okay. In how many cities?
One,
It was
two,
like
three,
Kansas.
4, 5, about 6, 7 cities.
Okay, great.
Kansas, Missouri, Los Angeles, New York City, and then a couple cities in Rhode Island.
Oh, that's great. And then now you're moving it on to children. And how did that come to be? Did you think, oh, we'll just try that? What are they connecting and talking about spirituality at such a young age?
Usually with the children, well, first it was all adults, and then we decided to try some teenagers. So we did 13 and up, and those were just phenomenal. They're just so deep in what they want to reveal. It just really touched me.
Yes.
So someone approached me about a year or so ago. I was like, why don't you do 5th graders or 4th graders? I was like, that's kind of young. And so a school invited me, and I was like, let's try it. Let's give it a try at art class. We did a group of 5th graders, and they just blew me away. And we approach it a little bit differently. We approach it about what they believe in and who they are.
Okay.
And what they reveal is just phenomenal. So since then, we've done 3 schools now, 4th graders, 5th graders, and now 9th graders.
Wow. Okay. So then so you're doing a shoot next week, right? Is that?
That's the 9th graders.
Okay. They'll have a lot to say, I'm sure.
I'm sure they will. So.
Now, would you ever do this type of thing with a different subject in mind? Have you ever thought of that, or spirituality the focal point?
A different subject, you mean like a type of group? Or,
No, just the subject itself, spirituality, because you're revealing spirituality. That's the main focus all the time. You would never change that.
No.
Okay.
It drifts because some people, what I've learned with Revealed, and I really have no rules with Revealed,
Okay.
is the core, the base of how it started was to reveal your spirituality. But some people prefer to reveal what they believe in and who they really are and their spirituality. In some way, that really weaves together. So I just let the subject lean towards what they're more comfortable and what they really want to reveal.
And what to say. And then, so you have all these pictures. Tell me about the process of putting it together for a book and getting a documentary made and that sort of thing. How was that process for you?
It's a lot of work.
You're like, whoa.
It started off as a weekend project. It was,
Okay.
I was going to photograph like 15 subjects, and it was a way for me to see if I can connect with my subjects deeper than I normally do. And I did photograph 31 subjects that weekend. And so I never dreamed that 6 years later, and over 200 subjects,
Yes,
I have a film that came out a year ago, and then the book came out a few months ago, and we're working on a second book, and then taking this globally, and then the collaboration with the radio station,
Yes.
and then the school children. So this project just has this life of its own.
No,
it
that's
keeps growing.
great. That's great. And so what I do on the All Friends Cabaret is I try to encourage my guests who watch to come on the program. The goal of my show is to invite them, or even to talk about their passion, like what's your passion, and if you're looking to start up something, how to do that. So I ask every guest, how would you encourage someone to, they have an inkling to write or to paint or to do photography? How would you encourage them to get a fresh start for themselves?
I think follow your dreams. Listen to your heart. And I can give an example with Revealed. Is I had this idea to place items in a box to represent a person's spirituality, and I kept it kind of a secret for a while because I didn't want to share it with someone and they wouldn't be as excited as I am. It's my project, and then diffuse myself and I wouldn't act upon it. So I finally introduced it to a peer group of photographers. So every 2 weeks we'd call in and talk for 2 hours about our current work or questions. And support each other. It's very
mentorship
supportive.
type of thing, yeah.
It's a think tank group.
Yes,
Really
yes.
and I decided I was going to share it with them. And we had a few people on that think tank group that were new, and a very positive group, but a good good criticism too. And so I said, I want to photograph someone's spirituality in a box. And the first comment was like, you can't do that. You can only capture spirituality of someone praying in a church, or maybe a couple running through a field of flowers. And my feelings were, I was crushed.
And then it makes you think, start over,
awful idea.
Yeah.
And the next morning I woke up, I was like, no, we're going to do this. I really believe in this. And so I went forward with it, and I photographed the first subjects, and now 6 years later, this project has just blossomed.
Right, and did you think, probably not, that you would have all this before you just by that neat idea?
Yeah.
And you know what, it's allowing all those subjects to really connect with themselves, and then you're connecting with others. And I did like what you said, and you said it earlier now, and you said it in the film, that you're not as judgmental. And I think we tend to be as people sometimes, what's that for? What are they doing? And it's like, oh no, we all have a purpose. We all have a reason why we do certain things, So anyway, I want to thank you so much for being on the program tonight. And I really enjoyed reading and watching Revealed. And one more question I have for you before we go. Are you photographed with your box?
Have I been photographed with my box?
Have you been photographed with the box? Is there a picture of you somewhere?
No.
Okay, and tell us why.
I have photographed myself in the box.
Okay.
I think it was the first weekend. And it is a 90-minute process. And part of that process of being photographed includes separating yourself away from your ups and downs from the day. And we put me, I didn't want to say no to anybody, so I put myself between two subjects. I had about a 15-minute window, and to get my makeup put on and get relaxed and centered and be photographed. And I was really nervous. I was coming off the last subject, nervous about the next subject coming in, and I also used fire.
Because you're working too, right? You feel like it's a little bit of work, even though, right.
Yeah, definitely. So I also used fire in my box, and no one had done that yet.
Okay.
So I was afraid my box was going to disintegrate and just blow up or something, something silly.
So you're not really relaxed. There's lots going on all over.
Right, and so that's when I first started learning that what you're thinking, what you're feeling is what you project. So I was really projecting stress. And so I show my box. It's on the website, and I'll show my face. Okay.
And in the film, you say, I think your daughter had said to you, you can do if you did it. If you were a subject, then the project would be over.
Right.
And what was her point behind saying that? Just.
Every once in a while surfaces like I should be photographed.
A lot of people said it in the movie. They're like, are you taking your picture? Like it's a pressure, like you have to do it or something.
I felt really pressured. So I asked, my family and friends have been close to the project since day one. And that's when my daughter said, I think once you get photographed, it's a symbol as if the project is over with. And her reasoning is the project's really about the subjects. It's about Revealed. It's not about me. And that really resonated with me when she said that. So I decided not to go forward with my portrait.
But the box, we can see your box.
You can see the
for
box.
For sure. Well, thank you so much, Scott, for coming on the program. And again, anytime you want to get in touch with me to become a part of the All Friends Cabaret, if you want to perform or you have a story to share, I welcome you to get in touch with me. And also, if you have questions for Scott, Scott can be found on Facebook, and the All Friends Cabaret has a Facebook page. Moving right up there in the social media world. But thank you so much for joining us this evening.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And we'll see you all next time on the All Friends Cabaret.